Now we have all our layers created, and I've gone ahead and made a little drawing guide. So I have a center line, and I have a left foot line, or right foot line, and a left foot line. See what I mean by left and right? My gosh, you're going to get caught really fast. Now, the next thing I did was, because I'm going to make a body, eyes, and pupils, was I customized the palette. And that's a really easy thing to do. If I go to color, you can see that I have already got some colors in here, and I created a skin color, an eye color, and just an iris. I'm still going to put a black pupil in the middle of the iris, but there's a reason that I wanted to create an iris, and I'll show you how that's done. But if I want to create a new color, just a refresher, I'll just pick any color and go plus, and that gives me a new color. Double click on that, open the multi wheel color mode, and then pick another color. So let's pick pink, and we'll call this I. I don't like that pink. Actually, I'm going to change that to more of a white. We'll call this I2. And then I'm going to go, while this is still going, I'm going to make another color. I'm going to go click. This, I've already got that color, and while this is open, I can make an adjustment. So you see that I didn't have to close and open again. I just simply clicked, and now I'm going to make a blue color, a nice bright blue color, and call that iris 2. Okay, and all I'm going to do is click on this, the plus button. Okay, plus, now I get a new color, and that could be any other color I want. You know, this could be cape or whatever I wanted to do. And if that was, you know, if this was going to be part of our character, then that would be fine. It would be named, but name them. Name them, name them, name them. Now, let's just say I'm going to create a part of a character, and I'm going to be going through creating a foot, etc., etc. So I'll start with like right foot, then the shin. Right, I'm going to create all of those things and draw them up. Sometimes we have a drawing there as a guide. That's fine. You can do that. You can import it from Photoshop, or we can just draw a rough sketch of the character there, or just make one up and plunk it in there and see what happens. Um, when I create characters, very often you don't freehand them, not final. Never freehand a final character. They're way too complicated. The lines will break apart too fast. We make them primarily from connected lines or from primitives. So I'm going to use the ellipse. And I'm going to make sure that the colors are not locked together, that they're unlocked, so that the outline of the eye that I'm going to make will be black, and the interior will be the I2 color. Oops, the wrong one. Black. Interior is I2. All right. And I want to make sure that under the tool properties that the autofill is there. And now I'm just going to, there, that's the eye. Now I would go to another, say I had another layer called pupil, then I might go grab this new iris color that we made, iris 2, and what did I just do? Very strange. Okay, and then put a pupil in there. Now, probably if I was making an iris, I wouldn't do that, but I'll just put a pupil in there. Click, click, and pupil. There. Now, there's a reason I would want to put an iris on that, and you'll see why in a minute. But that's what we do now. Now, if we're making body parts, we'll use the contour editor, as you recall, to play with shapes, to make this interesting. Right, and I can, certainly if I wanted to, we know that I can delete these points by selecting them. We know that I can use those little handles to make shapes. We know that I can play with the line thickness and line quality as I mess with this as well. So if I pick that, I can, play with it. So we know that we would get in as we're creating this and change these shapes around. Now, to get rid of this, I'll just simply select it and delete it. Okay? So if I want to get rid of colors that I don't like, click, hit the delete button, and get rid of these sample colors. Now, I've already gone ahead and made all these parts. Okay, so you can't see them because there's no little eyeball on. So if I turn the eyeball on, there's a foot, chin, there's a hand, that's behind. Okay, so we're going from behind. Now we're going right, and we're building our way up. Now here's a neat trick. I'm going to go back to the node view, and if you look at this carefully, you will see there are a lot of these nodes that are red. That's the equivalent of having no eyeballs on them. There, you can't see them. So if I click on one and hit the key A, it becomes enabled. So able, D is disabled. So A for able, D for disable, A for able. Okay? And then if I want to, I can just select all of these and hit A. And the entire character is on the screen. All right? So that's it. So that's how we create colors, and that's how we kind of build our character. So you can see that the structure is such that if I turn the torso off, and I can go in here and I can find the torso, well, I can't. It's kind of tricky. So I'm going to pick the torso and see if I can. I can't. And I'm going to hide it. Right. I'm doing that just so I can see where this arm is. Okay, so I know I have an arm here, and I can hide little bits of the body so I can see what's going on underneath. It's going to become important in the next step. There, it's back on again. So there's the character. It's all set now for the next stage of rigging. Okay, so all we've got here are all of these characters, all these nodes kind of all lined up in a hierarchy, top to bottom, layered so that we can have sort of things on top and things underneath, etc., etc. Okay, now you can't really animate this guy yet because there's no pivot point set, nothing like that. Okay, and hang on because we're going to go on to the next stage, which is setting pivot points and then doing something to organize this. Okay, see you in a second.